Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live today. It's going to be really quick, but just to the point how you can, as a coach, consultant, or a professional, stand in your value, charge what you're worth, and attract high end clients, the ideal clients, the very first time quickly. It's something that every single person wants to know if you're in business. It's one of the things that is the biggest question. How do I stand in my value, charge what I'm worth, not undervalue my gifts and my talents? But in the same token, how do I attract people who are serious investors in what I do? I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant, and I got started my company over 20 years ago, and I simply made a decision. And I always say it that way because in order for you to step into your next level, you have to actually make a decision, a life-changing decision that's backed up with action. So I made a decision 20 years ago. I wanted to go to work as myself. I have a background as a corporate trainer professionally, and I had these really great and awesome mom skills, I thought, specifically around this idea of practicing time for myself as a mom, because a lot of moms get lost in motherhood. And I built out an amazing system based on one of my books and launched my business. And I always share this with you because maybe there's something that you do that's a soft skill, like what I did, which is momming. I had a system to be a mom that was very helpful. Wrote a great and amazing book that ended up allowing me to do some partnerships with some corporate and Fortune 100 and 500 brands. And maybe that's your thought. Like maybe you are looking at how can you go to work as yourself? Well, that's exactly what I did. And I leveraged later my skills as a corporate trainer by packaging my knowledge into a coaching program. And, fast forward, I've had the opportunity to coach thousands of women literally all around the world. I've been signed to Emmy nominated and nationally syndicated television shows, being myself as the mom strategist, sharing my knowledge and my know-how. And what I'm going to talk about today specifically is for those of you who are professionals. You have a soft skill, you have a hard skill. Hard skill is something you learned at work or, something you studied to become. A soft skill is something that's more organic for you. It's a talent or skill or know-how that you have that you can leverage. For me, it was mom coaching. And maybe you're a consultant or you want to be a consultant or a coach and you want to understand how to run a business and charge high ticket for what you do, your knowledge, but you're not really sure how to do it. Maybe you're already in business and you're not sure how to make that connect because you're charging by the hour, maybe $150 by the hour, servicing your clients, and you can't figure out how do I charge high ticket because there's a standardized way to charge for clients. And if this is you, I want you to write, "This is me." Now, this is going to be an interactive live tonight, and I'm very, very excited to share with you what I know have been some of the best. Hey, Kimberly, some of the best practices that have really supported me, but also many of my clients to be able to stand in their value and change their lives. Now, the reason I want to specifically talk about charging high ticket or premium for what you do is because you're an expert and you have an ability to create results for others. And one of the things that burns out really great professionals, service-based professionals, is undercharging and undervaluing their gifts. And maybe this is where you've stood right now. When I think about the number of coaches that I've talked to over the years who, as a result of their training, were told to spend a certain number of hours coaching for free, they find it very difficult to make that transition from free coaching to standing in their value and charging what they're worth, or understanding even how to price their transformation in any way. And if this is you, you're going to love what I'm going to share with you tonight. It's going to absolutely support you and help you think differently about your own value. So if you're ready, I want you to write, "I'm ready," no matter the platform. Let me just look over here to make sure that I can see the comments everywhere. 1 second. Okay. Um, but I want you to know that this is absolutely possible for you and that you can stand in your value, charge what you're worth. And when you do, you actually are in a better position to attract people who, one, will do the work, two, who are your ideal clients, people who are looking for the solution. All right. So are you ready? I'm ready. All right. So let's just jump in. Tonight's live is just very simply, how do you charge what you're worth? Okay. As a service-based professional, coach, or consultant, so that you can attract ideal clients. How do you do that? So you attract the right audience. And how do you do it so that you're charging premium for what you do? And when I think of premium, I think $2,500 or $3,000 or more per client. My clients typically charge somewhere in between $2,500 to $150,000 per client. The average client is really around $12,000, $15,000 per client. And I know somebody out there is listening and saying, whoa, what do? They do what you do. And sometimes the missing factor is what you do not know. So let's just step right into it. I'm so excited to be here tonight and to be able to share with you. And I hope as a result of hearing this that you'll think differently, you'll act differently. And if I can support you anyway, you'll book a session with us so that we can show you how you can, as a coach, consultant, or as a service-based professional, stand in your value and charge what you're worth. All right. So the first thing you need to think about is that when you're marketing to your ideal client, you actually want to attract people that have a need to solve the problem. Now, this might sound really basic, but let me explain what I mean. Sometimes you can market to people, but they don't have a sense of urgency around solving a problem. I'll give an example. So let's say you are a coach and you help people with weight loss, and you are marketing and you think that your ideal client's everyone, and they're crickets. Like, people don't move forward, they're not interested, they're not raising their hand, they're not saying yes, and you can't understand why. Well, one of the reasons that they're not moving forward is because you don't have someone who has a sense of urgency, and they're not a motivated buyer, they're not a motivated investor in the change they desire. And I absolutely believe that when you know how to market the right way to the right audience, meaning someone that's like, right now, I want someone that can help me count my calories, give me a great meal plan, hold me accountable, that has a proven track record of success. I'm looking for that person. When you understand how to market to the person that not only wants to lose weight, but has the desire for that change, and they're willing to invest time, money, and energy in that, that is the ideal client. And the reason that most people do not get to work with their dream client is because they're marketing to everyone and they don't know how to be specific and how to target their ideal audience. Does this make sense? Are you guys getting value? All right. And it's something that's really important. It was actually something that I had to learn over the years as well in growing my business. 20 years as a coach. And literally, when I first got started in business, my message was so watered down in terms of the kind of people that I attracted, that I always worked with really, really smart women who were smart and they were sharp. But I wasn't necessarily targeting people who wanted immediate change. I wasn't necessarily targeting people who were implementers or action takers. And I will tell you that, when you're marketing to your ideal client and you know how to talk directly to them, and you know where to go, that the places to go where they are, so that they easily come to you. If you're marketing to your clients and you find that it's really difficult, you are on the wrong platforms, you've got the wrong messages, and likely you've got the wrong marketing message. And the reason that there is a disconnect is because of it. And I will tell you 100%, the moment that you learn how to change your messaging, the moment that you learn where you should be marketing, in opposed to watching what everyone else is doing, where you should be, it'll become a lot easier. Meaning, in your inbox every single day, there'll be people reaching out to you saying, how can I work with you? I think I've got like 4 to 6 messages today of people, various different things that they just asked me about that I could support them with. But it's every single day my ideal clients reach out to me so that I can support them, because my marketing is clear. Are we clear? All right. So if that's not happening for you, I can tell you that is the first reason why you're in a place where you're like, where are the clients? I could deliver amazing results for them, but they're not here. All right. That's the first thing that we have to change. The second piece is for you to understand what a premium offer is. And I really want to break this down. And this might hurt somebody's feelings, but that's not my intent. My only goal is to shake your shoulders a little bit and wake you up so that you can step into what's available to you without watering down the solutions that you can provide. All right, are we clear? So a premium offer is something that delivers an absolute result for the client. And in today's time with marketing, there's so many coaches that are saying, hey, look, I create premium products for you, right? But the reality is that it's just they don't even understand. It's like watering down what they can do for a client. The truth of the matter is a premium offer is something that you provide and only you can provide based on your expertise, your background, your gifts, your talents, and your skills. It's in alignment with the failures you've made and the steps that you've put into place because you've learned from them. And that if someone follows your methodology that has allowed you to create success from what you've learned, the mistakes you've learned, the education that you've had, the experience that you've had on the job, that if they follow your system, it ensures their success in a different way. It allows them to stand on your shoulders to create greater results and accountability, right? So I hope that that really supports you in understanding, like, if you've been creating a product or a service and let's just say doing it in a generic way. I know a lot of people today are using AI to build their courses and things like that. And it's really fun because you can get the general framework for what it is, but no one can come up with what your secret sauce is and your background and your skills and your talents and your ability to solve problems for a client in a way that's unique based on your experience. When we're talking about a premium product, we're talking about something that delivers an amazing result to the client. And it means that likely there is some proof, there's some evidence that you are a rock star in that way. Are we clear? All right. So if you've been out there looking at what other people are doing, looking at what's inside of their bundles, their courses, allowing AI to direct all of your steps in terms of what you should offer, I will tell you that you're going to be missing out on the people who are looking for the things and the experience that you and only you know how to do based on your life skills and your passion. And it's really interesting. I love technology and I love new things, and I love how the ease of how new things can make our lives easier. But one thing I've learned being in business for 20 years is that, you know what, my secret sauce is I have an ability to work with smart, sharp women and show them the value and the transformation they can create for others, and how to package that into a premium product, and how to sell that, and how to build a marketing message. And that is based on all of my years of experience in being a coach and doing it for myself and supporting others. That is not something that is generic. And I want you to think about your own premium product from the sense of what is it about you that's scarce, that's rare, that's your differential, something that you do that's absolutely amazing. And based on your life experience, something you've overcome, or something that you've studied for a period of time, or work that you've done over a period of time, you are the rock star in that particular area. I got to check this message real quick. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. So, okay. Okay. 1 second. Okay, so in any event, so I just wanted to. My daughter wrote me, just you know how life calls, like your daughter writes you, and you got to answer. Okay, so I want you to think about what you do that's unique and distinct to you, and and I want you to make sure that your packages fully reflect those transformations that you bring to the table. And if you don't know how to do that, then what you actually need to do is invest in and with a coach that can show you how to do that. And I can absolutely teach you how to do that and what your differential is. We're talking today very specifically about how you can take what you're doing, package it into something that is premium for your ideal audience so that you attract your ideal audience. And if you're having a marketing issue, meaning you're not attracting the right clients, it's likely because you're not packaged the right way. The offer and the transformation that you're bringing to the table isn't clear to the client. And I see this a lot too with really, really smart, sharp women, is that there's a level of, like, you know how we want to be humble and have humility around our gifts and our talents, but you know you're a rock star. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't tell me that you're a rock star, then I don't know what makes you different about someone else. And so sometimes I tell my clients what is really important is that you learn to tell the truth about your skills and your ability and the results that you're able to create. And that we package those skills and abilities, the thing that makes you completely scarce is the thing that makes you valuable. And if you find that your watered down version of what everybody else is doing is the reason why what you're doing isn't working. Does that make sense? All right. When you are in demand, you're in command. That means you can command your pricing. That means you can command the people that you work with, how many people you work with, and when you work. And that's what most professionals want, but they never quite get there because they're so busy doing what everybody else is doing. My motto is observe the masses and do the exact opposite. And that's what I teach my clients how to do. Okay. The third thing that I want you to think about, if you want to charge premium for your services so you attract the ideal clients the first time, is I want you to think about your ability to sell and to close. It's really important. So you could have the best product in the world, you could be priced the amazing way, but if you actually don't know how to have a high-end sales conversation with a client, then there's no closing that happens. Okay. It means that you are looking to work with someone, but you don't have the ability to seal the deal. And I see this a lot with professionals, a lot of professionals in the medical realm. It is a challenge that a lot of them have because they are never near the money, right? I see it with a lot of professionals who are charging by the hour because they've been charging by the hour and for so long. When they're charging higher ticket, they stutter. They stutter when it's time to say that'll be 5,000, that'll be 7,500, that'll be $10,000 because they actually don't know why the price is the price. They don't know how to stand in their value. And maybe I'm talking to you. If I'm talking to you, even if you're watching the replay, I want you to write, you're talking to me, Mia. I have found that one of the best things that works, like in a terrific way, is to learn how to sell from someone that knows how to sell in exceptional ways, and to learn how to script out what it is that you need to say, not in a salesy way, but it can be very distinct to you. I know that when you attract the right audience and you have the right sales process, your ideal clients will actually ask you how they can work with you. Does that make sense? So one of the things that freaks people out is this idea that you have to go and ask a million people for sales, right? Like a million people, or you're thinking of yourself being on the phone, or you're thinking of yourself being like that car salesman. But in reality, when you set up your sales process and it's organic and it's natural and it's authentic, you being yourself, your clients actually ask you, how can you help me? And I'd love to show you how to build out your process so that you can attract your ideal audience that way, because that's the best way to sell everything, is have your clients say, well, how can you help me? Mia, well, show me how to do that. Or Mia, is that what your company does? Imagine for you if instead of you asking the client for the sale, that the client is saying, this is what my problem is. I saw that you do this. Can you support me? How many of you would love to have a client have that conversation with you? Now, I will tell you that will only happen if, one, you're targeting the right audience, right? And that you are looking only to work with people who are looking to solve a problem. So a lot of times, a lot of people are interested in creating results, but some people are just curious about creating results. But there's a small demographic of people who actually are committed to solving the problem. Think about, like, if you ever want to lose that last 10 pounds or 15 pounds or whatever it is, and you were committed to that, right? You now are looking for solutions proactively and not reactively, meaning you're not running away from what it is that you want. You're proactively looking for it. You want to target your ideal audience, individuals who are proactively looking for you. All right. Are we clear? All right. So if you want to have consistent sales in your business and sell premium products, and have marketing where your ideal clients are coming to you and raising their hand and saying, how can you help me? One of the things that's going to be really important is that you've got a systematic sales process. And most people do not have this. it's a dated process. I teach my clients, many of them have not sold anything at all. They all sell high ticket things. And I show them very simply how they can be themselves and sell and close their clients into premium products or services, right? Because everybody sells things that are $2,500 or more. And it is something that can be learned. It's a skill. And the funniest thing is, it's one of the easiest skills because once you understand how to do it, you just become better at doing it. The thing that makes sales hard is when you don't have a systematic process. And that means that every single person you talk to, it's completely different. And maybe you're laughing, listening to me right now saying, that's how I've been selling. Well, that's the thing that's creating stress for you, is because it's not systematic. So does that make sense? All right. So I wanted to come on tonight and share this with you because it's something I see. And sometimes I'll like look at someone's website that's thinking of working with us, and I look at their website and I'm like, man, they got like 10 things on here. And I know that nothing's selling because it's like so many things that nobody's choosing any of these things, because they actually are hoping or using their website as a page, like a catch-all. Hopefully somebody will buy something on this page, or 10 things on this page that they can buy. And I found that for myself, excuse me, that I actually don't even sell that way. You know, people reach out to me, they tell me what their needs are, and based on that, I make an offer to them, you know, based on what it is. If you go to my site right now, I think there's one thing you can buy on my site. And I'm not saying that that's the only way to do it, and some people have different products, but I can tell you it's a very effective way to make sure that you're in front of the ideal client. Your ideal client, if you market properly, they're going to come to you. They're going to ask you, like, how can you help me? And then you can customize a solution for them. And to me, that's what great premium products do. They are the answer to the client's problem, versus there being a generic version. And I want you to think about, you know, sometimes, you know, we've all at some point invested in a product or service that was generic, and it seemed like a great idea, but it was a generic product. You know, when you have a product that is specifically for you and your problems, that has the ability to address your specific needs, answer your questions directly, you know, provide you with the guidance and the support that you need, you create greater results because of it. It's like a no-brainer, right? So if you're looking for support for yourself, I want you to, you know, step into what that can look like for you also. And I want to provide a link for you also if you are interested in booking with us a strategy session. I'm going to give you a link to be able to do that. One second, let me just copy it here, and I'll post it here. So you can always go to miaredrick.com. You'll see a link to be able to book a complimentary strategy session with us. And there, you know, I can help you unlock for yourself the what you can do to be able to package what you do at the highest level, so that you can figure out what that premium product might look like. So here's the link here. So make sure you take advantage of that, and you can book an appointment. It'll take about 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and me or a member of my team will look at what you've written there, see what you want to do as it relates to your coaching and your consulting or your professional service, and how and what the opportunities might look like for you to make that product a premium product, and then how to package it, how to price it, and look at the avenues of marketing that maybe you're missing, because often that's the thing that's in the way, and also show you how you can sell what it is that you're doing in a way that's systematic. So the links are all posted here. It's called Package My Knowledge strategy session. I'll post it here so you can take a picture of it if you need to, and book a session with us so that we can support you with a solution. The reason that most people are not charging and standing in their value, quite frankly, is because of what I just mentioned. Not having a premium service, not understanding how to create the results, and not understanding that your package creating that result is the thing that allows you to market and attract that ideal client. And if you are trying to market to everyone, it is the thing, and it is the thing that is causing you the greatest headache, because your market is not everyone. Your market's very specific. They're people who want to create change and affect change in their lives, and that's a completely different investor. You'll have people who will make investments and who will just feel like they can sit in a room with a course or curriculum and do nothing and create a result. And quite frankly, we all know that that does not work. When you market to people who actually want to be partners with you. They want your advice, your knowledge, your experience, and your background, but they also want to do that work. So, because they're really seeking that change, that's an ideal client. And that's something that I recommend for each and every one of you to learn how to market directly to your ideal audience. I want to open the floor really quickly for any questions that you might have for me. It's actually pretty simple, but it's one of those things that this is very simple to implement in a business, but it's not necessarily something that I could do by myself without insight from someone that's already done it. All right. So it's not a difficult thing to change in a business. I change the way my clients market and the way they're packaged all the time. We can do it relatively quickly, in most cases within 6 weeks, if not sooner. However, it's not something that you can just do and work on your own, because if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're missing. And I think that's one of the things that has gotten in the way of so many smart, sharp women over the years is, I'm just going to do it myself. I'll just teach myself. But by the time you do that, you're missing opportunities that, you would allow you to stand in your value, allow you to charge a client, allow you to be about the work. So invest in the solution, the full solution, so that you can be about that work and your mission to create impact with your gifts. Are there any other questions, comments, thoughts for anyone that's here? Any questions? I'm happy to answer anything that's on the floor. Okay. And if they're not, then I'm going to sign off. And I hope that you got value tonight as a result of watching this live. I'm so excited to be here. I finally got my grays removed out of my eyebrows and out of my hair, because it was a whole situation. All right. And I talked about it a little bit on my live earlier today. So I hope that you guys saw it and it made you laugh, because it's just flat true. All right. I want to thank you for your time today. I appreciate you for being here. I look forward to supporting you. We look forward to supporting you with finding the package that's right for you and your clients, so that you can get directly in front of your ideal market and then really hone in on your marketing message, so you can work with your ideal clients and stand in your value and do work that you really love. It's difficult to do work that you really love with less than ideal clients. When you work with people who really want the results that you can create, life gets easy. All right. So I want to thank you for your time today. I appreciate you. Have a great and amazing night.